It is Tuesday, January the 17th, another night of opportunity in the NBA. Had a nice week last week, 3 straight winning nights. Looking to keep it going here tonight. I'll be involved in 3 games. Let's get right to them, shall we? Starting in Brooklyn, where the Toronto Raptors come to town to face the lowly Nets. The Raptors, an 11-point favorite at BetSafe, 227 the total in this game. Now the Nets have really been struggling. They've now lost 10 straight games. One of those losses last Friday in Toronto. These Raptors beating the Nets 132-113 on that day. But you know what? The final score does not tell the whole story. It was a 1-point game after 3 quarters before the Raptors really poured it on in the fourth, scoring 42 points. But that game was in Toronto, this one in Brooklyn, and the Raptors have really been struggling on the road lately, just 1-4 in their last 5 road games. Moreover, in their last 11 road games, they only have 1 double-digit win, and again, they're an 11-point favorite tonight in Brooklyn. Nets best player, Brook Lopez, he rested in the team's last game. That was on Saturday. Lopez has been really good coming off of rest this season, averaging 23.6 points per game. The game after he's been rested, that's up 4.5 points from his season average. And you know what? Even though the Nets have been having trouble here lately, they've been finding a way to put the ball in the basket. We mentioned 113 against the Raptors on Friday. Very next game, they scored 112 against the Houston Rockets. So they have been scoring the basketball, not much on the defensive end. But you know what? I think 11 might be too many points here. It's not like the Nets have getting blown out every game throughout this 10-game losing streak. As a matter of fact, the 2 best teams they've faced in their recent losing streak, Cleveland and Utah, they hung in there with both those teams, lost by just 8 to the Cavs and by 10 to the Utah Jazz. Now look, losing by 8 and 10 points, that's not what anybody sets out to do, but if you're getting 11 points here, if you're an 11-point home underdog, that is good enough. And I think 11 might be too many in this situation. Always risky to bet on a team like the Nets, but something tells me Brooklyn plus 11 is the right play here. Moving on now to San Antonio, where the Spurs host the Minnesota Timberwolves. San Antonio, an 11-point favorite at BetSafe, 202 the total in this game. Now the Spurs have lost 2 of their last 3 after they dropped one 108-105 to Phoenix in Mexico City on Saturday. Certainly a surprise to see them lose to a team like the Phoenix Suns. But I tell you what, they have been really good after losses this season. 7-1 after losing a game this year, and they've won those 7 games by an average of 19.7 points per game. Here come the Minnesota Timberwolves, who have been terrible on the road this season. The T-Wolves just 5-14 away from home, coming off a loss to the lowly Dallas Mavericks on Sunday. And the T-Wolves do not play very good defense. Yes, I know Tom Thibodeau is their coach, one of the best defensive tacticians in the NBA, but just too many young guys out there for Minnesota. They have not yet figured it out on the defensive end. 26th in the NBA in opponent's field goal percentage. And that is bad news because they're facing the San Antonio Spurs tonight, a team that shoots it so well, a team that passes it so well. The Spurs, 2nd in the league in field goal percentage. So again, the Spurs, 2nd in the league in field goal percentage. The T-Wolves, 26th in field goal percentage defense. That is a bad combination. We saw when these teams met on December 6th, Spurs coming away with an easy 105-91 victory. I think they're going to come away with a big win again tonight. Remember, San Antonio, 2nd in the NBA in point differential this year, plus 8.7. Only Golden State is better. They blow teams out all the time. I think they're going to do it at the T-Wolves tonight. I like San Antonio minus 11 there. Final game I'm involved in on this Tuesday, January the 17th. What about the Los Angeles Lakers hosting the Denver Nuggets? LA, a 1.5-point favorite at BetSafe, 227 the total in this game. Now the Nugs have won 6 straight games in LA, but just 1-4 in their last 5 road games. And you know what? As bad as the Lakers have been this season, 15-30 their overall record, they've been much better at home than on the road. The Lakers 10-12 at home, so almost 500. The Lakers really need more from their front court here. In their last game, a 5-point loss to the Detroit Pistons on Sunday, they got only 12 combined points from their starting front court. I mean, you look at those guys. Julius Randle, for one of their best players. They really need a bigger game from here in this situation, from him in this situation, and he should be able to do some work here. The Nugs, not very good defensively in the front court. Danilo Gallinari plays no defense at all. Kenneth Faried is a good off-the-ball defender, but not a great on-the-ball defender. Nikola Jokic, their starting center, not a good shot blocker for a man his size. The Nuggets in general, a bad defensive team. You know, we've talked a lot this season about how the Lakers are bad on defense, and we've done pretty well betting against the Lakers this year. Well, the Nuggets allowing even more points than the Lakers this year. Denver, allowing 111.2 points per game. That is 28th in the NBA. They're also 27th in terms of turnovers per game. They turn it over 15.5 times per game. They'll be without starting two-guard Gary Harris tonight. He will miss the game with an ankle injury. Don't bet on the Lakers much, but here at home against a Nuggets team that struggles to defend, that is 1-4 in their last 5 road games, I think LA a good bet to win this game. I think they pour it on 227, a big total here, but certainly wouldn't be looking under that total. I think there's going to be a high-scoring game, and think the Lakers a good bet to outscore them. There you have it, folks. Those are my thoughts on this Tuesday, January the 17th. I like the Brooklyn Nets plus 11 at home against the Toronto Raptors. Just struck me that I'm betting on the Nets and the Lakers in the same night. Maybe that's not a good idea, but we'll see. Anyway, I like the Brooklyn Nets plus 11 at home against the Toronto Raptors. I like the San Antonio Spurs to cover 11 at home against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I like the LA Lakers as a 1.5-point home favorite against the Denver Nuggets. Folks, I wish you best of luck no matter what you decide to do tonight. Maybe you're not going to bet on both the Nets and the Lakers. That's certainly understandable. But maybe you will. Follow me right in. We've been winning lately. We've been winning for the most part this entire NBA season. Hopefully it's another win tonight. Again, I wish you best of luck, just so long as your interests don't conflict with my interests. For BetSafe, I'm John Arnett.